Hey ladies, it's your good girlfriend Chanel Sara'Nita, and thank you so much for joining me. It's been a while, but I'm back. I probably should stop saying that because I don't know what video this is going to be. But I will say this, I am so glad to be here, and I just want to share gems and my experiences with you guys. Today I want to talk about survival remorse, or is it's called survivor's remorse, right? For some reason this was just on my heart, and I didn't write down a whole playbook and things I wanted to talk about and how I wanted to talk about it. I'm just going to go with it because it's something that I have actually experienced throughout my life. There have been times when growing up my family didn't do too bad. My dad took care of the household, and when he wasn't around, which I think I spoke about before, my dad was incarcerated throughout my life. Throughout that time, my mom had to take care of things, and she's always been a really strong woman and did her best to keep things together. What I will say is that during that time she struggled. There were many days that she struggled and we did not have the things that we may have needed, but she did what she can, right? Which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. But what I appreciate from my experience with my mom is that it taught me how to survive. It taught me how to go after things when I need them. It's some things that I may have learned that I feel like I've been working really hard on losing, living in a space of lack, always in survival mode, and not living in a space of lack, but having the spirit of lack. That's what I'll say. More so having the spirit of lack. And it can really dim your light in a way. So, with that said, over time, when things would look good for me, whenever I got into a great space or I had money coming in, I would have survivor's remorse. I would feel like whether it was with my mom or my family or whatever, I had people say, "Oh, I couldn't do that," or if I wanted to go somewhere, I would feel bad expressing what I wanted to do. So that may have been a friend, family member, whomever around me that was living in lack as well, or not as well, but may have been living in lack, or had the spirit of lack, or had the poor man mentality. And I would lower myself or lower my expectations of me because of what they had going on. And I always felt like I could not share if I was doing something luxurious or if I had something going on that was going to make me more money, or if I was moving out of state or whatever. Either they said something to make me feel bad, or I have already got that spirit from them, or whatever the case may be, or it's just me looking at them or having a reflection of what they may be going through and feeling like I can't share that information or I can't share what I'm doing. Sometimes trying to bring people along just because you want people to feel like they are a part of something. And sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you just have to let go of people, and you have to let go of the spirit of survivor's remorse. In my relationship, that was a big thing. My relation, I had been in a relationship for a very long time, and out of that relationship was a lot of trauma bonding. There was a lot of struggle living. I don't even know what you call it, but it was a lot of struggle. It was a lot of trying to dim my light just so we can be on the same, be aligned, because I knew that this person wasn't ready. Or anytime I felt like I was moving up, this person was still plateauing or staying where he was. And instead of me letting go because of my feelings and how much I love this person, I did not. I decided that I would lower myself because I didn't want him to feel inadequate. That's not okay, because what it does, it will not only distract you from your path, it will push you back from the lane or the level in which you're supposed to be in. You can't continue to put what you have to the side to make other people feel good. Period. Why are we doing this? Especially as women, we put everybody else's feelings before ours. And what happens is you never get to the place where you're supposed to be, because in the meantime, girl, you worried about what he has going on or what she has going on or where your family is. It may be you that have to help them level up. But if you are stuck in survivor's remorse, or if you are stuck in this space of lack with them when you have the opportunity to move forward, everybody's going to be stuck. I'm drinking Perfect Energy tea. It's my favorite tea by Yogi. It's my favorite tea. But Your strength is shared when you are present for others. That's cool. That's what it says. Your strength is shared when you are present for others. But I just wanted to come and drop that little gem. Something light, not a whole lot to say today, but for some reason, survivor's remorse was on my spirit today. You may be dealing with this right now. I've had people to tell me, oh, I remember saying one day, you know what, I'm going to treat myself to this bag or to this trip because I want to. And this person said to me, oh, I can't afford to do that. And I was like, why? What was your reason? Were you saying you can't afford to do that because it made you feel bad or because you want to make me feel bad? People will project their stuff onto you just to pause whatever it is that you have going on, or to dwindle your joy or your happiness or whatever, your love for whatever passion you may have. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to step away from other people and what they have going on. And I'm going to tell you what that did for me, because that person has done that so many times, has said it so many times. Not only did I start to feel bad about the things that I wanted to do, I felt like I couldn't share good news with this person, or I couldn't share the things I wanted to do with this person anymore because they made me feel bad because they weren't a part of it or because they lacked in a space. That is not fair. So, with that said, girl, listen. Sometimes you have to keep your beautiful ideas. You have to keep the things that you want to yourself. You have to, and even if it's right there in their face, whether it's your career or whatever the case may be, you cannot feel bad for leveling up. You cannot feel bad for doing better for yourself, because that does nothing for you but keep you stuck in a space that not only is going to make it hard for you to get out of, you become the survivor. You become you become not the survivor. You become the victim. Now you're stuck and it's, oh, I can't do that, or I can't do that. I'm telling you because I did it. I literally have done it. Gotten to a point where, oh, well, I can't afford to do that either. I can't afford. No, let's not say I can't afford to do that either. Let's say right now, what this is, what I want to do, does not align with me at the moment. Not I can't afford it, not it's too much money, just doesn't align with what I'm trying to do at the moment. Not my funds are insufficient. It doesn't align with what I'm trying to do at the moment. Do your best at speaking life into you, and then removing the victimized states, and then removing everybody around you who's playing victim. If they're living in lack, let that be their business. And it's not you being selfish, but you do have to be selfish with your space and with your energy. And sometimes we just can't take on everybody else's stuff. Because I've been that person. Throw all my stuff on somebody and then I turn around and like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that I even did that. So just understand that survivor's remorse is real. Be okay with standing out. Be okay with it. And if the people around you are not okay with it, either isolate yourself from them or find people that are okay with it, because they're doing just as well. And even if they're not doing just as well, they support where you are. All right, ladies, thank you for joining me for another short episode of Queenin Ain't Easy. And I will talk to you guys soon. I love y'all. I have an appointment to get to, so let me go ahead and get up out of here. Bye.